You are not fragile, and you do not need to be saved. Let me repeat that one more time, because you probably missed it. You are not fragile, and you do not need to be saved. First of all, if I look a little sweaty and weird, it's because I just got back from a run, but I have to share this download, okay? So much talk about survival complex, living in survival mode. What does that even mean, though? I think most of us just associate that with general anxiety, and it's all talk. It's all very surface level, a very just mental, intellectual understanding. But really feeling and processing in the present moment means understanding that, yes, we are not under a present life-threatening circumstance right now. But I think most of us still have this self-concept of, I am fragile, I am weak, I am feeble. A lot of different sources tell us that we need to be fixed. We need to be patched up in some way, right? Every business, every company is trying to sell you a cosmetic whatever to fix you. Everything is meant to prim and prick and make you into this perfect, invincible being, right? Because you are so weak. You are so unattractive. You are so unacceptable in some way that then makes you a weak link. Religion does the exact same thing. You need to be saved. You are bad. You're a bad person. You are a sick individual and you need to be cured. You need to be saved. It's overwhelming and just quite frankly dangerous in an ironic way how prevalent this message, this propaganda is, because the belief that one is weak and feeble and sick and needs to be fixed, saved, what have you, that is the exact self-concept, the exact idea and belief system that creates that weakness. It's all an illusion. Of course, right? Duh. The doy. Why didn't I think of that earlier? But yes, it's all an illusion. You don't need to buy or sacrifice your integrity, your actual strength, for someone's prescribed version of your strength. I know at least one person out there needs to hear this because it has completely engulfed us as people, as actual souls. I don't even want to... Here's the thing, right? Even in the world, and this might be a little bit of a tangent, a little bit of a digression, but I think it really applies here. Even in the world of well-being, I mean, of course you'll talk about the overemphasis of, regulating your nervous system. You have to be calm, you have to be in perfect health. Oh my gosh, colostrum and everything. Sure, some people do have actual, things going on that they want to treat, nutrient deficiencies, but a lot of it is just really... oh my gosh, beating a dead horse. Now that was an actual, digression. This is what I was going to say. Oftentimes in the world of, when you first discover, even when you're deep in discovering or down the rabbit hole of, law of attraction and mentalism, right? Whatever it is, whatever avenue you've gone down, it all leads to very similar things. I'm just gonna leave it at that. There comes a point when then, even in that pursuit of truth, we shall call it, there becomes this fear of illness, of negativity. And frankly, that is what gives it, again, its power. We become afraid of acknowledging our own pain or other people's pain, we suddenly don't even want to look at what's happening around us. You would rather be completely ignorant to the unfortunate circumstances of ourselves or others, right? Because we just want to jump and go straight to what we think is going to give us contentment, which is an external circumstance. So what do? We put on blinders so that we can't see the parts of our external circumstance that we can't see, instead of going inward and understanding, yeah, all this is happening, but I got it. I'm not so fragile and so weak and sickly as to not be able to digest that. I can frickin' digest it. I am a master of digestion. If you have digestion issues. And therefore, I am not going to make myself sick, or I'm not going to allow other people to make me sick just by seeing and acknowledging their illness. But I think that this mentality has been put into place because it did used to serve a purpose. Because at some point we were sponges and we did become everything that we saw. We absorbed instead of observing. Observation is maturity, right? When we were younger, perhaps the reason why we have this concept of fragility and weakness is because other people around us express themselves to be such. And so we were like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm weak and fragile too. Because one, that's what I know, and two, that way I'll fit in. A lot of times, commiseration is one of the main ways that families and groups and communities bond, right? They bond over trauma, which is not healthy, but it happens. It's more common than we like to acknowledge. But, of course, since this no longer serves a purpose as people who are not just meant to be sponges, right? Children, blank canvases, we have the tools and we have the awareness to be able to observe and choose differently. And that's what empowerment is. That's what courage is, right? Courage and strength go hand in hand. And being able to stand up to the things that have been prescribed to us, to choose what feels genuinely healthy to ourselves, that takes courage. That's bold. That's what makes us unique, right? And that's what we all really want, is to live an expression that scratches that itch. Isn't that what it feels like? It feels like a lot of us are living in a bit of a limbo and a bit of a dissonance between what we are genuinely drawn to and what we actually want versus what we've been told we want. And we're being pulled in these two directions. We can't be fully present in either of those realities. A lack of energy is weakness. A lack of presence is a lack of energy. That's where that comes from. However, again, like we said, being able to step into our bold, embodied, honest presence, showing up, taking down the masks, subtracting that which we are not. I am not fragile. Actually, no, I'm not sickly, and I'm not a bad person, so I don't have to subscribe to your idea of goodness. I feel like that is a sufficient message. I feel like that is enough to spark something really important in whoever's ears this falls on. And if you've listened this far, thank you and congratulations. It's taken a lot of patience to get here, hasn't it? Thank you we're on this wavelength together. We are on this this similar but different journey. And I'm glad to see you. I do want to add, I am going to switch up a bit of the setup that we have going on. I really don't. I'm recording on my iPhone, and it looks fine on my screen, but when I upload it, it's just, I might want to invest in a better setup. Don't know how the audio really is either. Please let me know what your perception of this quality is, if it hinders, if it serves as like an obstacle to actually digesting what is happening. And yeah, other than that, also content consistency. Consistency. I do have a little bit more time these next couple weeks, or really next week. And so I guess I'm going to use that time to see how I can make it so that sitting down and recording doesn't seem like such a thing, you know? Because it can seem like a bit of like a thing. Anyway, that's all I feel called to share today. Well, we're going to learn as we go what feels right to put out there. But thank you for joining me. And I do genuinely hope to see you here soon again. I hope that I am present more frequently. Yes. I love you. Take good care of yourself and remember to enjoy.